Hey everybody, stream will be starting shortly. Hey guys, so this is my first time streaming this particular game. Brand new channel for you. Hope you enjoy. Feel free to chat with me in the comments. Let me know if I make any horrible misplays, etc. Here we go. So, I've been playing the beta since the previous version, and we're playing a brand new version as of today. They finally lifted the NDA, which is fantastic. They've made some really nice graphical changes. The quests showing up here rather than like they did with the previous version, which looked very Hearthstone-y. They've taken away the whole social thing because I guess it's not implemented yet and they don't want it, hanging around. They also did this wonderful thing where they're providing 10 starter decks. I have been messing around with the exploration deck. It's actually very similar to one I was using in the previous version. Except now it's got these wonderful Amonkhet block cards in it that do nifty little things. So I'm just going to fire off on that deck and we'll see if we can get a decent game going. Still getting used to the UI. Wow, that's a lot of land for an opening hand. Get a 3-drop and a 4-drop. I'm actually going to mulligan this. Oh, that's not better. Mull down to 5. Well, we got our engine there and the wild growth walker, so we'll go with that. And we got a couple of things that'll do some nifty little effects, so let's keep this one. Alright, so we'll leave that at the top there, because more land when you mull down to 5s, pretty much wanted. Oh good, a friendly player. When you jump into chat, feel free to announce yourself. Oof, foul orchard, right? I chose that, didn't I? So we can block his 2/2. Or he'll just friggin' bolt it, of course. Yeah, this is gonna go well. Knew that mulling down to 5. Chupacabra Friend. Another engine for Explore. Anytime I play a creature that explores, I get to -2/-2 something till the end of the turn. It's fantastic removal in the format. That's better. Frickin' aggro decks. So Explore is a function, for those of you who have not played with Ixalan, you look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, it automatically goes into your hand. If it's something else, the thing that explored gets a +1/+1. But, since he blew it away, it's not getting a +1/+1. It's gonna hurt. Oh, yeah. Yep. Bolted to death. Oh, game's on here quick. Oh yeah, that's another new thing it does. You'll get your quests all the way across the bottom here. And then it's got this wonderful bar that it just slides down, adding your quests together. This one is just showing me that I've done all of my daily quests, so it's just waiting for a new one. This one, every time you hit, first time you hit 5 cards, you get a, for each win you get a card. This one here, when you hit 5, 10, and 15 wins, you get a pack, which is actually a lot nicer than the previous system. I have found that I am earning these gold coins, the in-game currency, a lot faster than I did in the previous iteration, so yeah, it's definitely not pay to win. Though I can see how it could be if you wanted to build a specific deck. I'm hoping that Wizards plan to introduce this Brawl format, which is like a Commander with standard only cards format, is not an attempt to prevent Commander from getting into this particular client. Because I really enjoy the Commander format and would love to play. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's 2 lands. But I've got Wild Growth Walker and Enter the Unknown. That means I've got my engine right there. So I'm actually going to keep. As I was saying, Commander is a fantastic format. I realized for them to implement it in this client, they would have to put in cards from ages ago, like legacy cards and all that stuff, so I can see how that would be a bit of a problem. So that maybe this whole client here might be why they're creating this Brawl format, right? So Wild Growth Walker, that's our primary engine. Every time you explore, he gets a +1/+1, and I gain 3 life, so it gets kind of ridiculous real quick. Oh, look at that. See, we pulled another land. It's a Foul Orchard. Unfortunately, in this particular standard, you do not have Golgari lands that are the buddy lands. So, Foul Orchard is what we deal with. We enter the Unknown, which gives us an Explorer. We obviously want to keep that. So we'll put that on top of the library. He gets 2 +1/+1s because he explored. And he gets a +1/+1 because a creature explored, and I'm actually going to swing with him because he's tapped out, so he's either got to block it or eat it. My cat just decided he's had enough of my lap. If you're wondering why I keep looking over that way, I'm just looking to see if anybody's come into the chat room at all. Wow, a 3-mana fetch for a basic land. We've better off using the artifact, but he may not have that yet. It's early yet. So this is the first day it's been available. Okay, so we are going to do these two cards. If we can. No, we can't. We can only do one of them. So in that case, we are going to throw out another value engine. That lurking chupacabra. Oh crap, I can't. And I just showed him it. Tishana's Wayfinder wins. She explores. Okay, so she's going to get a +1/+1, and so is Wild Growth Walker. And swing it again. Hey, look at that. Sean has joined the chat room. How you doing, Sean? Sorry, Endgame 619. I just kind of outed you on the internet. I'm sorry, man. Thankfully, no one's watching this. Except you, of course. Alright, so we got 3 mana here. We can actually cast the Branchwalker and the Deadeye Tracker. Throw the one that explores first. Well, hey, at least I didn't give him your last name. Ravenous can stay there. He's a nice removal. And then Deadeye Tracker. He only explores when you actually pay for his ability. And we'll swing in. Yeah, he can't block it. So, well, he can block it, but he can't produce enough power to kill it. Yep. So I'm totally gonna eat that. He's gonna get to go searching for a land. Some of the actions in the client are a little bit laggy. Alright, have a good night. Oh, and we got another one of my guildies in here. Thought you were going to bed. Sifter Worm. Holy crap, he's got 7 mana already? Mouth to feed. Fun. And I don't have the mana to cast Ravenous Chupacabra. Now I do next turn. One attack. It does look a lot like Hearthstone. But it plays like Magic, so that's kind of nice. Right now I've got it in kind of auto mode. It does a lot of the motions for me, but if I were to hit control, then I get full control and have to actually do everything, but I'm feeling lazy, so there you go. You just had to come and check out the source of the silky voice, right? Alright, let's see what we can wreck of his. Okay, so pull the land, so that's what the Explore effect does, and now I am going to blow up a cat. Throw that, and he doesn't have any artifacts or enchantments, so the Brontodon is not really needed right now, but I'm going to blow up another kitty. No lifelink for you. And I'll swing with the... Oh, crap. Whoops. He's going to eat my life gain. Yep, okay. So he is blocking it both. We'll kill the big scary worm. I may have to move my monitors closer together because I'm turning my head an awful lot during the chat. headset was resting right on the Smarty in my hat too, so that was uncomfortable. Come on. One of the big problems I've noticed so far in the game is when you start really stomping somebody, they have a tendency to just let their timeout timers run down. And so you end up just sitting there for like 3 minutes, which doesn't seem long, but when you're sitting there waiting for them to do something, it's kind of rude. So now with 2 chupacabras out there, every time I play something that explores, it will ding from -4, -4, which is a great way to get rid of pretty much everything he's got on his board. Oh, I need one more black. It's fantastic. It's a blast. As a streamer, I'm really hoping at some point I'll get an invite, and I will definitely toss one to you, Board Cube. Sorry, I knew that too. Made the mistake of calling out Endgame's real name at the beginning of the stream.
My blades will etch your name in eternity.
Oh, there's my explicit tag. Good thing it's late at night. Yay, more green, because that's what I needed. Yeah, so this thing is just rude. It's gonna do crazy amount of damage. Nope, I don't have enough to swing at it yet. Yeah, I guess I gotta go in and edit my stream and add a explicit. I didn't even see what happened. Ouch. Alright. On. You get gold for completing quests. You get gold for winning games. When you start, you get these 10 decks. They're starter decks. They're kind of like buying the precons you get from the store. And then what you do is you can actually go in and edit them. This is the deck editor. So there's all the cards in the deck. But yeah, so when you start out, you get those 10 decks plus 3 packs of both the Amonkhet sets and both the Ixalan sets. So you get 12 packs total. And you crack them like you would a regular pack, and they've got the same amounts of cards in them. And you also get these wonderful things here, which are wild cards, which you can trade in for specific cards. I'll do a filter on rare, because that's what these orangish red ones are. And I'll go unowned. And click out of the filter. So this is the cards that are in the Golgari colors that I don't own. And I actually want Journey to Eternities, and I've set it to the rare mythic, or the rarity. Oh, frig, that's hard to say. And I'm actually just going to click on that, and it's going to say, do you want to turn 1 rare wild card into Journey to Eternity? And I'll just confirm, and bam, I've got the card. So it's pretty cool. Anytime I want to see which ones I've got, I can just mouse over there, and it tells me. Now I want to go back, and I want to get another Journey to Eternity, because it's a heck of a useful card. So cancel that. I want to clear the filter. That's what I want to do. Reset. And I don't want land. Okay, now Golgari colors. And I'll use the search. Show that off a little bit. The search is beautiful. You can search for the names of the cards as well as any text on the card. Yeah, they did an amazing job on the interface. It's super quick. It's clean. I have yet to find anything in it that doesn't really make sense. Okay, so I've got 61 cards in my deck right now, so I've got to cut that out. You guys can't see it because my video's covering it at the top. Let me flip my stream for a second. Oh, I can't because I didn't create a setting for full screen. So I will fix that, but up in this corner, it's actually showing the mana curve for my deck. So it's pretty sweet. But yeah, I gotta pull a card out of here. There we go. Walk the plank. And I want to buy another journey. And we will pop out Shadow Caravel. It's kind of neat. It grows every time you explore, but at present, yes, during the beta, we are restricted to 60 card decks. The only play mode right now is Constructed Standard. So yeah, you're stuck in the standard block, which is Amonkhet and Ixalan, and then 60 card decks. You know what? I actually haven't tried doing more than 60 cards, so I'll give that a shot after this game and I'll let you know. I didn't even try that in the old one. I'm a bit of a spike in my play group, so I tend to stick to 60 cards and no more, no less kind of. Well, definitely no less, because that would be illegal. So right now I have to wait till he's done deciding whether or not he or she, I guess Federico, it's probably a he, but can't assume, till they are done picking whether they're going to mulligan or not, and then I'll get to draw my hand. Oh, that's rude. So we're going to mulligan that, and that did not go very well the last time I did it, so here goes. It does follow the Vancouver mulligan, so I'm still at 2 land, but I really don't want to mull down to 5, so I'm going to keep and see what I scry. And we'll actually put that on the bottom, because it does not help us. Fortunately, my opponent goes first, so I get a draw, so that kind of balances out the mulligan a little bit. And I drew a land. Awesome. So we'll start with a slow land. He started with a desert, okay. Some of the sound effects in the game are kind of cool. I get a little bit freaked out every now and then by the buzzing of flies and things, but yeah. Just deal with it, right? So I seem to be doing okay mana-wise. At least next turn I'll be able to start casting things, so that'll be good. Although I may want to hold off on any of the exploring creatures until... Yeah, I'll play Tomb Robber next, and then the turn after I'll do the Chupacabra. And we can start blowing his stuff up. Almost did it again. So Tomb Robber, not to be confused with Tomb Raider, nowhere near as pretty. Yeah, here's hoping nobody from work watches this, eh? So we'll drop another land, and at this point, we are going to throw the Lurking Chupacabra out. And we're not going to attack because he's got bigger stuff. The biggest adaptation I need to make for doing streaming like this is learning to run my mouth. Yeah, the float effect is really cool. You can easily tell which ones are flying. From what I've seen, they've fixed an issue that was in a previous version where, see the arrow that comes out when he's declaring attackers? If he declared a bunch of attackers and then changed the order they were lined up in, the arrow would disappear on some of them and you wouldn't know they were attacking. You bastard. He stole my chupacabra. That's rude. We're gonna fix his wagon. You guys familiar with the ascend mechanic at all? How's the stream? Okay, also, how's the stream quality? But the ascend mechanic, when you have 10 or more of a permanence in play, you play slivers. Okay, yeah, I can see you playing slivers. If you have 10 or more permanents on the board, you get ascend, and ascend does different things depending on what it's on. So, hang on a second here. Brain can't run at the same time as mouth. Yeah, we're gonna make that 4/2 lifelink go away. So yeah, so this Mausoleum Harpy, when it ascend, when I've got ascend, I'll get a little icon over here called the City's Blessing, or the Blessing of Orazka, I think. Oh shoot, he's waiting for me. Yeah, so this is exploring. Again, it looks at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, it goes into your hand. If it's not, you can choose whether to keep it on the library or throw it in the graveyard. I'm going to put that on the library because that's massive removal. Okay, and I'm just going to skip over to the end of my turn. So yeah, Ascend, Mausoleum Harpy. Once you've got the City's Blessing, you keep it. And then everything with Ascend on it, the Ascend triggers in effect kind of thing. So when I've got the City's Blessing, whenever a creature I control dies, I get a +1/+1 counter on Mausoleum Harpy. The card down here, when I've got the City's Blessing, instead of all creatures getting -2/-2, just my opponent's creatures get -2/-2. So when you've got the City's Blessing, it always works in your favor. And once you have the City's Blessing, it's like an Planeswalker emblem. You can't lose it. So right now I have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shoot. Oh, hang on. Go. Foul Orchard. So there's the City's Blessing right there. Right? Now I'm going to play this. And it's going to not kill anything. Why? Did I miss something? The hell did I miss? I missed something there. He's got something that's protecting... Oh no, all his crap's bigger. Okay, because he's got Lords out. Yeah, the Regal Caracals give +1/+1. They're Cat Lords. So, I lose again. But now I can look at the more than 60 card deck thing. Sound effects are fantastic. Again, I didn't win, so I don't get it. I don't trigger either of these. Let's have a look at the deck. Yep, kind of did that wrong. There we go. Alright, so... looking for cards that fit the Explore mechanic. Okay, so that's an uncommon, so I'm going to buy that because that's actually a good card to have. Oh! Okay, so it's a 61 card deck. Let's see if I can play with it. My skin's crawling a little bit because I don't typically play with a 61 card deck, but you guys ask, I will find out. It will legally let me play with it, so that's cool. I know a couple guys that come out to the youth center that play with like 63 cards, and it works phenomenally for them. I like to cut out as much variance as I can. Oh, 3 land, keep. Oh, and both engines, nice. That is a fantastic starting hand. Start with the Foul Orchard, because I can't do squat with it anyway. Yay, I'm playing against red again. Okay, so what do? Do I blow up his stuff, or do I cast mine? Yeah, I'm casting mine. Stay on curve. Next turn I play Wayfinder and pump it up. Hopefully I get the opportunity. Nope. Son of a... Now I'll blow up this crap. Cool. Glad you guys signed up. Yeah, if I get any keys, I'll fire them out to anybody who regularly watches my stream. I will give in to nepotism. People I know will get it first. And yes, anybody who is not somebody that is in my WoW guild can still get a key. From what I understand, they're giving out lots. There's going to be 100,000 keys given out over the next week. Not all through me, obviously, but... So, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of gas in my hand now, but I can... That friggin' lightning strike is just ridiculous. I'm so glad lightning strike isn't allowed in the format. Alright, so I can cast both. No, I can't. I can only cast one of them. And they're both in bolt range. So, here's hoping he doesn't have yet another one in his hand. So as you can see there, I just got a land dropped right into my hand. That's how Explore works. If the top card's a land, it's right in your hand. Otherwise, you flip it back onto the top of your library, and the creature gets a +1/+1. Yeah. So, red is still very much aggro. So, choices. Do I throw out another creature? Or exile something? What's that given? +1/+1 and haste. So, yeah, okay. So, I'll live another turn. Maybe, unless he bolts me. I was doing really well earlier today, too. But these guys have been playing all evening and they've had a chance to build up their decks. Got menace, doesn't he? Yeah, frig. I'll take it. Oh, fuck. Totally forgot he could do that. So this is a button you will get very used to. If you click settings, you can concede. Yeah, pretty much flip the table. Alright, so I'm taking that extra card out of the deck. But we know it works, so that's kind of cool. Find something that does not explore and doesn't act as artifact destruction. Might ditch Emperor's Vanguard because it actually has to make contact with your opponent in order to be useful. You know what? Yep. Goodbye, Sifter Worm. I'm not that much of a Timmy. For those of you who are wondering what Spike and Timmy and all that's about, if you're new to the Magic scene, Mark Rosewater did sort of a player profile kind of thing for the different archetypes of players. And not everybody falls into just one category or another. It's kind of like a disc assessment kind of deal, but there's no test you can do. So, yeah. Holy frickin' land. Screw it, I'll keep... What could go wrong, right? Yeah. I have run into 3 red decks this evening, and they just keep crushing me. Unless you're being sarcastic, and then it's no fun when I can't hear the laugh in your voice as you say it. The music is kind of neat. It's subtle. It's not beating you over the head, which happened with the old client, so that's nice. They've toned it down a bit. Yeah, get a nice little reminder that you're over your hand size. Alright, who do I blow up his stuff? Or, yeah, let's blow up his stuff. Let's be that guy. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, and it's got Eternalize. Eternalize is a... Ah, no. No. Yep. So, wow, that looks familiar. So Eternalize is a secondary casting cost. You can cast it from the graveyard and it comes back with all its abilities, but it's a 4/4. It's kind of like Flashback with an upside. Gee, let's cast another Diviner and explore again. It'd be nice if I had one of my engines online. Come on, just let me explore. Nice. Free explore. Yeah, I'll swing. Sure, why not? So it's also nice, it highlights who's got priority. It shows what step they're on. Combat is actually the player frame. We can't change our player frames just yet. It's kind of unfortunate. Alright, so we're going to enter the unknown. Make one of my diviners explore. And I got to land off it. That's kind of a bummer. Throw out another forest, and we will final reward his Glyph Keeper. The frig did I miss there? Oh, that is bloody rude. This is the disadvantage of having skipped the Amonkhet block. So I need to hit that thing twice to get rid of it. That is the top of my curve, so... Oh, I just noticed this guy's name, Senpai Notice Me. Making him explore. And it's another friggin' land. Nice thing is, I can keep doing it. As long as I've got a card to discard. Okay, let's stay there. So he's coming at me with the flyer again. See what he does. That's excessive. Not entirely sure what just happened there. I need more mana, right? So Journey to Eternity is one of the new Rivals of Ixalan block legendary enchantments that flip. Yeah, we could stream our raids. I can set up a profile to do that as well. Yeah, actually no. We definitely get an explicit tag on streaming our raids. But as soon as he's burning a timeout here. Yeah, so it's a legendary enchantment that actually flips into Gaia. No, this one isn't Gaia's Cradle. Sorry. Yeah. Screw it. Go for broke. I'm dead anyway. But yeah, so when the creature dies, it immediately comes back, and this flips into a land that'll add it 1 mana of any color, and I can bring stuff back from my graveyard, which is kind of cool. AO plus. Is that an American rating? Is that like NC-17? That sucks. Adults. Oh, see, yeah. Look at that. I learned something today. Okay, so I think I'm going to do some deck editing now. What decks would you guys like to see in action? Any particular guild that you want to see have their colors brought in? My primary deck in the old, like pre-wipe, was Merfolk. White, fire, or white? Wow, could you narrow it down? Like, do you want to see dinosaurs, pirates, vampires? Is it, which is always kind of weird. Cats. Boros, is that what you're telling me to do? Because Boros is a fugly color. Okay, Legion of Dusk. Alright, vampires it is. Let's see what it's got for land. Forsaken Sanctuary. Okay. I was pretty sure there was a buddy land. One of the big issues I'm running into right now is I keep thinking I have cards that I don't have because of the wipe, so. Alright. No, they just reprinted Forsaken Sanctuary. Okay. Yeah, so I don't get the buddy lands. Well, that's no fun. Alright, we'll go with the pre-con deck so you guys can see what it's like. Legion of Dusk. This is your standard black-white vampires ridiculous life game kind of deck. And apparently I'm going up against a Honda of some sort. 3 mana, one of them, I've never seen that one before. Sheffet Dunes. Pay 1 life, add 1 white. Yeah. Sacrifice a desert creature. Oh, well, cool, okay, we'll keep. Again, what's the worst that can happen? Got both my colors, so. We're going white first. Yeah, the version before this did not have any pre-constructed decks, so it was basically, you opened up, I can't even remember how many boosters, 24 boosters or something like that, and just built from what you got. It was like a really rough, limited format, but it was also only Ixalan block. So it was like old school block constructed. Ew. Okay, that one's got a sand, so we'll go with this one. So the chains show that he can't untap without something being activated. In Famished Paladin's case, it's I have to gain life in order for that to happen. Yes, I got this. Somewhere I should be able to see how many people are watching this. Right? Should be paying attention to the game though. Alright. Maverick Fane Dusk Apostle. Ooh, whenever a vampire attacks, create a vampire. Yes, please. Oh, a whopping 2. Okay. Not that you two aren't awesome. I mean, it's better than nobody, right? Again, that sounded wrong. Okay, so that's like your standard binding kind of deal. Creates 2 vampires. Creatures I control get +1/+1. What the hell is that thing? It looks like a tribble. Is that what it's supposed to be? Is it supposed to be a tribble or just an angry pom-pom? Okay, Fort Bush, sure. Rude. So this is a little bit counterintuitive. You actually have to click cancel instead of it just resolving if you can't pay it. We're going to swing at him, and I'll get a free vampire. And son of a bigger player. So, don't have the city's blessing, so I want to hang on to that. I am going to cast out his Chupacabra. And I'll hit with my 1/1 lifelink. Yeah, it should be confirm, not cancel, but I guess it's you're saying you're canceling the spell rather than confirming that you're not paying it. I don't. It's a UI thing. I'm going to throw a note up on the forums about it because I don't recall it being like that in the last version, but I could be wrong. I wasn't playing much in the way of counter spells and there weren't a whole lot available. Okay, so he's got priority. I'm not sure what he's doing. My biggest fear streaming games like this is at some point somebody's going to catch on that I'm streaming and I'm their opponent. And then they'll just come and check what's in my hand. But yeah, so even for a beta product, like, it's pretty slick. It shows you, like, it does a pop out to the, I can't mouse over it while I have the card highlighted, but it does a pop out to the side, letting you know what that is, like what the effects are on the card. It gives little symbols in the bottom corners of the card letting you know what abilities they have, right? I guess that's dual land, maybe? Or it comes in tapped, that's it. This one's got lifelink, so you can easily tell without having to highlight every card once you get the hang of it. Yeah, so it's pretty solid UI. Yeah, this guy's just going to burn through timeouts now. Unfortunately for him, oh, his name's hidden, but it's CRX for anybody who ends up playing against him. Yeah, I'm going to call him out on the stream. All these streams are recorded, so it'll be there for posterity's sake. Additionally, he could have just had to step away from the computer. I know I've had a couple times where I was playing in the previous version and I was actually winning and had to step away because either the cat was doing something or something like that. So yeah, it's got to burn through all the timeouts before I win. But yeah, he's down to 0 timeouts. This version at least shows you how many timeouts they've got. The previous version didn't, which was kind of irritating. Wiener! The rank up system is very Hearthstone too. So see, I won another card. It says 8 out of 8, but watch this. When I flip that card, it is going to go to 8 out of 9. Sky Marcher Aspirant. Yeah, it was a hard fought win too there. So yeah, another Ascend card. Yep, see, it went to 8 out of 9. So once I hit 10 wins, I get another booster pack. So that's kind of incentivizing me keep playing. Is there another deck you guys want to see, or do you want to see actually vampires play out? I'm going to take a drink while the lag gets through to you. Bueller. dealer's choice. Okay, we'll play again. Saves me the difficulty of trying to decide what to play. Matches are found really quick. Even at the end of last night, when people knew that there was a wipe coming and they were going to lose everything, I think the longest I waited for a match was 43 seconds. Like it finds matches faster than Hearthstone as well, so. Okay, so this is a really low curve hand. I've only got 2 mana. But yeah, I can pay the 1 life to get white mana, so I will keep. Normally I wouldn't recommend keeping a 2 mana hand, but the highest I've gotten here is 3 mana, and I've got 3 cards that I can cast with the mana I've got in my hand. So, and he's going first, so odds are, I think it works out to 73% that I'll draw in the land. So, oh, I go first. All right. It's a little bit different. Play the swamp and Vicious Conquistador. He dings for 1 damage no matter what every time he turns sideways. So, sorry, every time he attacks. Yeah, they've started doing this too, where you have creatures that enter the battlefield tapped. It's a little bit weird. But for some of the creatures, I can see why they do it. And they've brought back cycling with a vengeance in Amonkhet. We're going to throw Oathsworn on the table, and we're going to swing with the one we've got, because he's standing open. So he went down to 18 because he lost 1 life due to the attack, and he lost 1 life due to creature damage, so that's a bonus. Oh, I see why Oathsworn comes in tapped, because I can cast him from my graveyard anytime I've gained life. I can see that causing some issues. Yep. So it looks like he is running the Explore deck I was playing earlier, so we're going to get rid of his engine right away. And we're going to swing. The nice thing is, with it being early days, I mean, this is the first day it's been out of NDA, and this version with all the pre-con decks. It being so early on, a lot of people are just playing the pre-con decks without making much changes to them, so once you've seen the pre-con, how it plays, you know what cards to take out and what to worry about. So, yeah, he's totally playing the Explorer deck. So that's nice for me. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. I will pay the 1 life. So Adanto's Vanguard, every time it attacks, it gets +2/+0, and I can pay 4 life to make it indestructible. So it's like a permanent blocker kind of deal. Well, as long as I have life. But I'm playing vampires with life gain, so I will not attack. And keep in mind, life is a resource, right? So, as long as you've got 1 hit point, you're still in the game. Sorry, 1 life point. Okay, so now it's asking me to let it resolve because I have something I can activate at any time. The way to skip over that until I can actually do something is to hit Shift Spacebar, and then it will go until there's a point where I actually need to interact. Oh, looky, a real white. Okay, so I may end up cycling that. Queen's Commission and Duskborn Sky Marcher. I may end up playing both of those. So we'll create 2 vampire tokens. And then we'll pay the 1 life, and we'll get a flying. And I'm about to get a cat in my lap. So I now have a cat sitting in my lap. You guys can't see him, he's off camera, but if I leave my mic open, you'll end up hearing him because he's very loud. So we'll go to combat, declare attacks. I'm going to show you what this guy does. So he becomes a 3/1 immediately. Okay, so he's blocking. So I can actually activate him, and he becomes indestructible. Now, I just did that as an example. Obviously, that wasn't a wise play, but I just wanted to show how the interaction works. It actually stops and prompts you when you can do things. Okay, so Ravenous Chupacabra. Who's he going to try and take out? My flyer, which I can't do anything to save. So it dies. Which sucks, because that was going to be damage over top. Let's see if he swings. Nope. So I just cycled that. It knew to cycle it automatically, because I didn't have anything I could cast it on. I didn't have a valid target. So I'm actually just going to skip to the... yeah, I'll skip to the end of my turn. Let him swing into me. Because at this point he's got stuff that'll just crush mine. You don't want to try to go around him until I've got, you know, enough damage on board to make it worth it. You'll see every now and then my cards will blink. Yeah, go ahead. So he's exiling a non-land card from my hand, but all I've got's land, so it doesn't do him any good. He just burnt a card on nothing. Other than now he knows that it's land in my hand. So that was a land because it went into his hand, right? Oh, it revealed it to us anyway. Sorry, I clicked that away really quick. Alright, so what did we draw? Dusk Legion Zealot. I draw a card and lose 1 life. Alright. Let's see what we win. Come on, removal. Another Sky Marcher. Well, at least it'll draw removal. And I've got the City's Blessing because I've got 10 or more permanents. Do I have something that cares? Yes, I do. Okay, so it's got flying as soon as I've got as long as I've got the City's Blessing. No attackers again, and end my turn. Now I'm just going to start going over the top and smacking them for 2 each turn. Oh, balls. So he does not have the City's Blessing, so he's actually going to wipe out a big chunk of his board too. So, unfortunately, I can't make anything of mine other than that, and I'd end up paying 4 life to do it. I'll do it because then at least I've still got something on the board. What the... Oh, it's negative counters. That was stupid. This is what happens when you're not paying attention. So, don't do that, boys and girls. Don't get so distracted by the adorable cuddly animal in your lap that you know, blow up your own leg total. Alright, so we're going to play something else now. You know what? Dinosaurs are fun. My wife Mandy has built a dinosaur commander deck with Zakama as the commander, and it's just rude. I foolishly gave her my copy of Akali, which is hopefully we'll get to see here. Oh, nice. Okay, so I've got a Forerunner of the Empire, so we'll get to see it. Yep, okay, so I can do that. Because I've got a Mana Dork. And I'm going first again. Dinosaurs does not want to go first. Alright, Board Cube, have a good night. Give your husband my regards. Alright, what have we got here? Channeler Initiate. 3 -1/-1 counter. Ew. That's rude. Okay, so we'll play Thrashing Brontodon first. Rude. There's that cancel button again. Have a good night. I'm going to call it a night after the end of this game too. Don't have to work till tomorrow afternoon, but I should at least, you know, get some sleep, etc. And I don't know if you guys are still kicking around, but since you guys were here for my first night of streaming, you will get the first invites I get. Okay, so Communicate with Dinosaurs gives me the option to search for a land, and we will take a mountain because we desperately need one. Architect Hunter, sorry, Odapec Hunter, lets me cast dinosaurs for less, and I can tap another dinosaur haste. Ooh, look, another mountain. Alright. So, I am going to put a 5/5 online. And it's going to smack everything for 1 damage as it comes in. And he's going to bloody well counter it. Colors is he playing? Blue. Oh, he's playing the Simic Spellslinger deck. No wonder he's countering everything. When Bloodwater Entity enters the battlefield, you may put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. So he's just pulled back a counter. So we'll do Forerunner. Hopefully it resolves. He's looking in his hand, and he's got a counter. And triggered prowess on this creature. Bloody hell. Was a nice play though. So you can look at any graveyard just by clicking on it, and it'll bring it up. So I'm going to block his Cunning Survivor. Good. He didn't have anything in his hand to cycle. Needle Tooth is really nice. Enrage is a trigger that whenever it takes damage, it does the effect on a card. So Needle Tooth, whenever it takes damage, will deal 5 damage to a target creature. It's a 2/2. So now I'm going to do Savage Stomp. And I'm going to pit Needle Tooth against his Bloodwater Entity. And this is a standard fight card. And it looks like he's going to counter it. Unfortunately, it's not letting me see the stack. Okay. So yeah, I don't have enough mana to push that through. So that sucks. We will just go to the end of the turn. Now the neat thing is I can play Raging Regisaur and deal 1 damage to my Needletooth Raptor and then blow up his Bloodwater Entity. Hopefully get that thing off the board. I don't know why he's not triggering the Prowess beforehand. Oh, of course he's got another one. And he's pulling back a counter. Sensor, so I need to keep 1 mana up. Which I can do. Nice. That's when it attacks. That's how it's done. So 1 card can well, I guess 2 cards can flip the tide of the game. Okay, so he cycled the Sensor. Cat just walked, so now I can sit comfortably. Rude. Oh, can't be blocked. Okay. Does he block it? No, because it's basically a free swing now. Oh wow. Okay, I can see how that's beautifully sitting in a Simic deck. Oh hell no. Nothing I could do. Very reminiscent of a Nin Commander deck I built which was basically steal your things. I'll post the link under this video to the deck list on Tapped Out. It gets very rude. It was actually the deck that got my wife into playing Commander. Ooh, Verdant Sun's Avatar. He's got no cards in hand, so he can't counter it. Do I swing? Yes, I do. Have to hit attack first. If he swings at me with my needle tooth, I cannot block it. Or if I do, I have to block it with the Opotech Hunter, which won't kill it, which gives him another chance to swing. So. No, I can't block it at all because he'll kill one of my creatures. But he tapped it. Ooh. I would copy the needle bat. Needle tooth. Oh, yeah, I guess that works too. Let's see what we top deck. Land! I can get a creature, right? Alright, what do I swing with? 6/6, I guess? No, because then he blocks with the 2. Let's see what he does. Interesting choice. Guess it takes away my Dino Lord, but block the needle back and have him destroy my Verdant Suns? Yes. Because I can't have that threat hanging over my build. Cat fur. No wonder my nose is itchy. See what we've won. More land. This happens far too often. I'm getting flooded. So I'm swinging in for 3, he's swinging in for 4. Potentially 5. This could get ugly. Oh. There's no thanks emote. Which is something wizards should consider adding. It's only polite. Spacebar works to skip as well. More land. Shocker. Yeah, he's won this one. Alright. Well, that's kind of a crappy note to end on. Thanks for watching. We'll be on again tomorrow night. And hope you enjoy.